All right, I want you to imagine that it's your very first day on the job as a data analyst. You've got your coffee, you're sitting at your new desk, and you are ready to make a massive impact. Well, in this explainer, we're going to walk through a complete, real-world data analytics project workflow from start to finish using Microsoft Power BI.
So here is your exact mission for the day. Congratulations! You've just been hired as an analyst for Maven Inspectional Services, a restaurant health inspection agency based in Los Angeles, California. But, here's the catch. The management team has just handed you a massive pile of messy, raw CSV files. Let's just hope your favorite lunch spot isn't on the critical violation list. We're talking thousands of rows of disparate health inspection records, facility details, and health code violations. They need you to ingest all this messy data and transform it into a sleek, automated, cloud-based reporting system.
Okay, let's dive into this. We just got a message from our lead inspector, Dave. He's essentially telling us that the agency is moving away from manual spreadsheets and they're trying to centralize all of their reporting on the cloud. Dave wants us to build highly scalable reports and fully automate the data flows for this fictional agency. That way, the health inspectors can focus on what they actually do best, which is keeping the city's restaurants safe, rather than wrestling with Excel files all day. To pull this off, we really need a game plan. So we're going to tackle this massive project in 5 distinct phases: the brief, the assembly line, the polish, the vault, and finally, the delivery. Let's kick things off with milestone number 1, the brief. Understanding the ecosystem. You've probably heard a lot of buzzwords lately, so let's just clear them up right now. Microsoft Fabric is the broader, overarching ecosystem. It's this end-to-end data engineering solution that includes massive unified storage, like OneLake, and tools like Data Factory. But for our specific project as data analysts at Maven Inspectional Services, our core focus today is going to be specifically on Power BI Service. This is the dedicated environment where we're going to build our semantic models, create those interactive reports, and actually host our executive dashboards. Moving right along to phase 2. The assembly line. This is all about ETL and modeling. Before we can visualize anything, like, say, which restaurants are repeat violators, we absolutely have to clean, shape, and structure our raw, messy inspection data. This is where the heavy lifting happens. First, we load our raw CSV files using Dataflows and Power BI Service, though, we could just as easily connect to Excel or live APIs. Dataflows are amazing because they allow us to centralize our ETL, that's extract, transform, load, processes, right in the cloud. We definitely don't want to repeat our data cleaning steps for every single new report. Next, we clean things up by setting the transaction date as a strict date field. Finally, we add calculated columns to extract the year, quarter, and month. And why does this matter? Well, because without those date dimensions, our chief inspectors literally wouldn't be able to track health risk trends over time.
Once the data is clean, we have to organize it logically. In data modeling, we separate our data into 2 distinct types of tables. On one side, we have our fact table. This is our restaurant inspection data, the transactional stuff. It holds the date an inspection happened and the numerical scores. Now, on the other side, we have our dimension tables. You can think of these as your lookup tables. They contain all the descriptive details, the specific calendar dates, the city lookup, the inspector's name and email, the region, and the sanitary grade definitions.
And this brilliantly illustrates the exact architecture we're building, the STAR schema. Notice how our central restaurant inspection fact table sits right in the middle, surrounded by our lookup dimension tables. The absolutely crucial thing to observe here is the arrows. All of our one-to-many relationships flow downstream from the lookup tables directly into that central data table. This structure is basically the gold standard because it makes our reporting incredibly fast and allows us to slice our inspection data effortlessly by city, by inspector, or by specific date ranges. Now that we have a rock-solid, clean data model, we enter phase 3, the polish, creating the dashboards. It's time to take all those millions of rows of data and turn them into actionable insights for Samantha, our chief inspector. She sent over a very specific brief for her executive scorecard. She needs a cohesive dashboard to track the health department's vital signs right at a glance. Her requirements include a high-level KPI card for current month inspections, another KPI showing the average sanitation grade across the city, a chart showing the overall distribution of those grades, and, importantly, an interactive Azure map that drills down into the violation details right at the zip code level. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how a simple visualization totally transforms our understanding of the city's health landscape.
With a clean donut chart mapping out Grade A, Grade B, and Grade C restaurants, Samantha can instantly see the exact proportion of compliance across Los Angeles. Instead of scrolling through 50,000 rows in Excel, she knows immediately if the city has a high volume of C-grade, high-risk restaurants that require immediate intervention. It's a real game changer.
We have a beautiful dashboard, but we aren't done yet. Phase 4 is the vault, security and automation. Health code violations and inspector assignments are highly sensitive pieces of information, so we need to ensure that this data is only seen by the right personnel. Let's look at a real-world security challenge here. Chief Inspector Samantha is at the top of the food chain. She needs a bird's-eye view of all data across the entire city. But one of our field inspectors, Susie Salt, is only assigned to regions 1 through 8. It's a massive security risk, and honestly just highly distracting for Susie to see data for regions she doesn't even manage. We solve this by implementing row-level security, or RLS. By defining roles using DAX formulas in the background, the Power BI semantic model dynamically filters the data based on exactly who is logging in. When Susie logs in, the dashboard seamlessly restricts her view strictly to regions 1 through 8. So let's see how this builds into our overall automation strategy. We've configured the security, but we also want to completely remove the manual burden of updating this data. By utilizing Power BI service, we can set up an automated, scheduled refresh. We've configured our data flow to automatically pull in the latest inspection data every single day at 8 a.m. It's worth noting that your account tier actually matters a lot here. Free users have limits, pro licenses allow up to 8 refreshes a day, and premium per user accounts can hit up to 48 refreshes a day. For our morning KPI reporting cadence, this daily 8 a.m. refresh is absolutely perfect. Finally, we reach our last milestone, the delivery, sharing and collaboration. We have an automated, secure, and beautiful dashboard. Now we have to safely deploy this finished product to the rest of the Maven Inspectional Services team. So the crucial point is assigning the correct workspace roles. Power BI Service provides distinct tiers of access. We assign most of the field inspectors the viewer role. This gives them read-only access so they can safely interact with the reports without, breaking anything. Our fellow data analysts get the contributor role, allowing them to publish, edit, and collaborate on the semantic model. And management holds the admin role with full tenant control. Assigning these tiers meticulously ensures our entire ecosystem remains stable and secure. And just like that, you've survived your first major project. You took a mountain of messy CSVs, built a star schema data model, implemented row-level security, and deployed a fully automated cloud dashboard that will literally help keep a city safe. It brilliantly illustrates the true power of a structured data workflow. So I leave you with this. Now that you have the tools to turn raw data into an automated investigative engine, what hidden health violations or business insights will your data uncover next? Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and keep diving into the data.